We meet our first author in the living room, but as we enter, we notice at once that there is no one here. Imagine, as if on cue, from the hallway a man enters to greet us, a man by the name of Robert Putnam. He is the author of Bowling Alone, The Collapse and Revival of American Community. The Internet is not about technology. It is not about information. It is about communication, people talking with each other, people exchanging email. The Internet is mass participation in fully bidirectional, uncensored mass communication. Perhaps you're wondering, do people seeking spiritual truth use the Internet? Before Putnam can answer, the smell of coffee draws us to the kitchen. As we enter the kitchen, a man turns from the coffee pot to offer us a fresh brewed cup of coffee. Imagine that he is George Barna, the author of Growing Your Church from the Outside In. About 1/3 of the unchurched say that using the Internet has helped them to make and maintain friendships. About 2/3 of the unchurched who said this were under the age of 35, and 1/5 of unchurched adults noted that the Internet is a source of information they use regarding spirituality and matters of faith. After listening to Barna, you ask, so, is it time to adopt new methods to reach people using the Internet? And before he can respond, we hear a voice answer, "It sure is," and to see why, come into the den. Walking into the study, we see a man in his early 30s sitting at a computer. Imagine this is Andrew Carnegie, author of Evangelism, Sharing the Gospel Online. He talks to us about how ministers and key church staff use the Internet. Carnegie points out that most ministers use the net as a tool for research, but not as a place to build community. He argues that instead of talking about static websites as online ministry, we should talk about the dynamic conversations springing up all over the Internet, on blogs, in chat rooms, over instant messaging, and on the various forums and Usenet groups. Looking at the assembled authors, you ask, so, if everyone is looking to find community on the Internet, how do we go about helping them do that? From the library, 2 voices respond to our question, and they say, "We thought you'd never ask." We are welcomed into the library by 2 gentlemen whom we imagine to be John Hagel III and Arthur Armstrong. They are the co-authors of NetGain, Expanding Markets Through Virtual Communities, and begin to explain their concepts about building virtual communities online. The travel industry is essentially made up of a community of small groups. Some small groups like to travel on cruises, some like to go mountain climbing, while others like to backpack through Europe, staying at hostels and B&Bs. Each one is a community all to itself, but shares a common need to provide their members with air flight bookings, car rentals, hotel accommodations, and other services. These core services lie at the hub of a wheel, with the various travel communities forming spokes on that wheel, much like this image. To learn more about how I've adapted this concept and applied it to how to revolutionize the way we do ministry online, order my book, Finding Community, Creating Connections on the Frontier of Online Ministry.